Good morning. I'm Pastor Steve of the Warrior Christian Fellowship. I hope you're I hope your start is off to a good day and you're going to have a good day in the Lord. I hope God has been touching your life and doing stuff for you and through you. You know, one of the things, talk about God doing stuff for us and through us, is a verse that we all seem to really call upon from time to time. It's Romans 8:28. And it says, "And we know that all things work for good of those who love him and have been called according to his purpose." We'll understand the truth. We just can't quote the first part of the verse. All things work for good. Well, and because they do, all things do work for good. But this verse says, to those who love God and doing their best to obey his commands. It says, for those who love him. Even though bad and wicked things will touch your life, God will use them to ultimately bring about good, both in your life and in the world. So that's one thing you want to remember, that God, all things work for good for those who love him. Second, Romans 8:28 tells us that God can use all things for good. He doesn't say all things are good. We can't always wear rose-colored glasses. There's nothing good about cancer. There's nothing good about dying. There's nothing good about the sex trafficking. There's nothing good about robbery and murder and those type of things. There's nothing good about lying. Until Jesus returns and conquers, Satan's still going to run loose in this world, and sin will continue to drag us down and try to touch our lives in many ways, and tries to damage and destroy everything in its wake. The truth of Romans 8:28 reminds us that although sin and Satan are powerful, God is more powerful. He's able to redeem and restore anything for our good and for his glory. All things may not be good, but God can and will use all things for good. Well, the final thing that you should remember in Romans 8:28 is the accompanying verse in Romans 8:29. It's the ultimate good that God wants to accomplish for us. In Romans 8:29 says, "For those who God foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the likeness of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brothers." I had a Bible teacher tell me once in Sunday school, God allows everything into our lives for one or two purposes, either to bring us into a relationship with himself, or if we already know him, to make us more like his Son. As long as we live in this world, people will attempt to reconcile God's sovereignty with humanity's suffering. But Romans 8:28 assures us that no suffering is wasted, and God is always at work for good, and for our good, and for his glory. When we can't comprehend why trials and struggles come, or imagine any good can come from them, we can trust in the security of knowing that God is in control, that God can take whatever comes our way and use it for good if we're in a love relationship with him. And that's the most important thing, to be in that relationship with God. If you're not in a relationship with God, all you have to do is confess your sin and invite him into your life to be your Lord, be willing to follow his word, and to live according to his purpose as best as you can. And that's the key. I can't be perfect. I try to live better, but I do make mistakes. And God will use those mistakes to teach me, mold me, and shape me to be a better person in service to him. I hope this was helpful to you today, and I hope that you have a good day with the Lord, and I hope you join us again tomorrow. May God bless you. Have a wonderful day.